Did you listen to Jeff and Professor Hamo in the morning? Here's what you missed.
3 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock on this manic, magic Monday morning. You are tuned in to the hottest breakfast show in all of Africa. Hashtag Jeff and Hamo on Hot. Today it seems like Captain Koinange is flying solo, so sit back. Because when Gatundu South Member of Parliament Moses Kuria walks into the studio, you all need to sit back, folks. Better yet, lean forward, because he's about to make a declaration right now. If you haven't heard it before, here's the declaration. Moshimiwa?
Hi, Jeff.
Karibu
Good
sana.
to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So, you were saying you're running for president in 2022.
Oh, yes, I am.
And you're serious?
Well, maybe you may want to look at my ID. I'm above 35. That's one of the qualifications. And I've been told others. So anybody who is above 35,
Yeah, and is a Kenyan.
and is a Kenyan, yeah, is qualified to vie for president.
So-
I'm going to be vying for president.
You're saying your name is on
My
the...
name, actually you can pre-print it. You can pre-print it, the ballot, and put my name up there. I'll be there. I'll be in the ballot.
Okay, let me throw this at you right now, since it's early days. What are your chances of winning?
Extremely high. You know, winning is about votes. People going to the ballot, casting votes. Polls closing, someone counting, and the guy with the highest number. That's it. If you get 50 plus 1, if not, there's a chance also you can get a second of chance through a runoff, and that's it.
And what makes you think you'll be Central Province preferred candidate?
I do not see Central Province. I've got support from across the country.
Like where, Moshimua?
Oh, name it. Kisumu. Did you see the other day when the president went to Kisumu and I was there? And actually, there had to be some security arrangement for Horo, for Baba, and for me. It was quite the same.
What makes you think it was for you? Is because you were with the president and the former prime
No,
minister?
actually, I was driving like some kilometer or so behind them, so you could tell really the difference.
Yeah.
And it was nice.
Okay.
I remember the likes of Babu, and Gladys Wanga asking me to ask the people to let them pass in Kisumu. It was very.
They were asking you.
Yes, please ask them to watch it to pity.
Well, Moshimua, I thought Central Province was going to back Deputy President William Ruto.
It's not ethical to talk about other candidates. Yeah, I think I said it even in the newspapers this week. Yeah, that I have my candidate, and I think William Ruto is my good friend, my very good friend. But as Al Capone would have said, it's nothing personal. It's strictly business.
At the same time, speaking of nothing personal, last night on Kameme TV, you almost took it personally with David Murathe. In fact, you almost slapped him. Why?
He can be annoying. He can be quite a jacker, this guy. But he's still my friend. So,
He's still your friend.
he's still my friend. Still my friend. Murathe is my friend from many.
And he wants to bar Ruto from running. He says,
No, you know what? I defended Murathe's right to go to Supreme Court.
You did?
Yeah, because it's better he goes and then that issue is put to rest once and for all. Yeah? Otherwise people keep on, dangling it and, again, even in mature democracies, we have got 3 ways of changing the constitution. Either through the Supreme Court, through interpretation, through Parliament, or through a referendum. So the cheapest, easiest way is going to court, to Supreme Court for interpretation. I think he's doing a good thing. I do not think he will succeed at all, but I think I cannot deny his right. Yeah, I will defend it to my death. His right to go to Supreme Court to seek interpretation.
Yeah.
But he's clutching at straws. He's not going to get anything. But nonetheless, why begrudge him for doing what the Constitution allows him to do? I think we need to have more morals going to court.
But don't you think it's very disingenuous for someone who supported his partner, his colleague, for 2 elections, and then all of a sudden Murathe wakes up one day and says, you know what, we don't need him anymore?
Yeah, but we have got, by the last count, we had 15 million registered voters in the last register for 2017. Our register grows by close to 25%. So you can assume that we're going to have another 4 million. So by 2022, we will have 19 million going to 20 million voters. Who is Murad? In the wake of 19 million voters. It is his democratic right to support whoever he wants to support or to behave how he wants to behave. And I don't want us really, as Kenyans, we need to stop being too preoccupied with individuals and we start looking at processes. We still don't have an IBC. Can you imagine about 3 guys? They have even fired a CEO. I think Chebukati makes tea, and then the other guy prepares dinner, and then afternoon tea from the other guy. They're just 3 guys. And nobody's bothered.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I was in this committee for Kiraito and Orengo, the one for that was looking at IBC issues. And there was a lot of noise, people sleeping on the tarmac, tear gas Mondays, you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Just because of IBC. And nobody speaks about that today because there's no election.
Makes no sense.
And we have got by-elections happening.
Yeah. There's a referendum coming
There's a referendum coming up. But the knights in shining armor of democracy have I just feel like I want to officially switch. We exchange shots with Babaman.
Why?
Because he's taken my place in government, and so I want to take his place in the opposition.
Because we have no opposition right now.
We have no opposition. Yeah. If we have no one to talk about the IBC, I think I will be doing some national duty if I become opposition. Because who is talking about those are issues? I remember we procured everything within weeks. Yeah. In 2017, and because of that, people like even Chiroba are home. I remember in that committee, I said we are going to mess with these processes, and then we are going to punish innocent professionals. Let me just tell you something. If you are given a job at IABC, Jeff, my honest advice: stick to Hot 96.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It is that bad?
It's a deathbed.
It's
a graveyard of careers. It's a graveyard of careers.
And it's a point.
And I feel for professionals. I came from a profession.
Yeah.
And these guys are I was just doing a job like them. To imagine that now, there's a guy called James Muhati. He was a judge of ICT. And I remember he came to Windsor when we were at the committee. And I tried to create a committee, a political committee, bipartisan, that is going to supervise the process until the end, so that you don't come to blame innocent professionals. We do not. The guy is home. How do we explain this to his children? And now here, because whatever happened because we did things in a very short period.
Yeah.
And now when we have got all the luxury of time, nobody is trying to reform IABC, to bring in commissioners, and then I think it's a conspiracy by some people who do not want an election in 2022. So they want us to create some council of elders of some sort to run the country. How can you explain this?
It's ridiculous.
It's a conspiracy.
Do you think the referendum will happen?
How can it happen without an IABC? How can it happen? The logical thing would have been last year we formed the IABC. Or maybe this year now that the handshake has percolated, we form the IBC, so that maybe next year we can talk about the referendum. And I have got serious issues that need to be changed with the referendum. And I've presented my memorandum to the BBI, mostly about what I call the Super 5. Super 5 means that you're going to have a president, a deputy president, a prime minister, and 2 deputies. But all of them need to have their names and photos on the ballot.
All 5?
On the ballot paper, yeah. So that you will know ab initio from the beginning that this is my president, this is my prime minister, this is my, and duties are going to be defined by the constitution. So this thing of hiding the white ball, that's watch it to Chagoni, then we will tell you who is our party leader for that position. Yeah? And so that when I vote, I know this is a package I'm buying. And also that the president who is going to, these 5 people are going to go to Monanji, to the voter, all of them together. And you know what? Then I have recommended that not more than 1 of the 5 should be from the same ethnic community. So that now you're going to have 5 people on one ticket, the Super 5, and 5 people on the other ticket, the Super 5. And even by balance of probabilities, you are going to have a very inclusive government, but most importantly also a very inclusive opposition. Because you'll just be talking about inclusive justice.
You need some Kikuyus in the opposition.
There's going to be a Kikuyu in government and a Kikuyu in opposition. There's going to be a Luo in government and a Luo in opposition. There's going to be a Luo in government and a Luo in opposition. It is not everybody can fit in there, but at least the government is going. We are going to have some best effort basis of having a very inclusive society, a very inclusive government, and a very inclusive opposition. So that nobody can say, serikali ni ya Mkikuyu, ama hii upinzani ni ya Mjaluo. Nobody will have that claim.
But Mheshimiwa, what do you say about people who say that the people behind the president don't want him to leave, so that after the referendum is signed and delivered, he will remain as prime minister, and Baba will become the ceremonial president? We've been hearing about this. They call it the Putin factor.
I have got 2 things to say about this Putin factor. One, if Baba wants to run with the Uhuru as prime minister under my recommendation of Super 5, just publish the ballot. Yeah? So that Baba, then as a presidential candidate, pre-appoints in advance Uhuru as a prime minister. Then he can present, and then the other people can also present. There's nothing wrong with that. But one, there's nothing like executive prime minister. There's nothing like a prime minister or the guy who holds power is going to be elected by parliament. You know what we do there? You are with Sonko the other day.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He told you what they do in the toilet in parliament. And I'm asking for a cleansing ceremony of that toilet. I hear the same toilet people are being bribed with 10,000 shillings. So
it's a very famous toilet.
The banky toilet.
Yes.
Yeah, the 10,000 bribe toilet. Is it the one you want to elect the chief executive of this country? Really? Have you been serious?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
It is impossible. It is madness. It is madness to imagine. I am a member of parliament. I'm telling you guys, Kenyans, look at me in the eye. Do not give us the power to determine who runs this country. We will be bribed in the toilet after a round of banking, and then we'll go and vote. Don't. And if you do, don't say I did warn you.
Don't say you went warned.
I am not saying this from outside. I'm saying this as a member. Moses Kuria, member of parliament.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to be president, and how I want to be president, I want to go to every corner of this country. I want to go to Kisumu, I want to go to Mombasa, I want to go to Mandela, every corner. If Kenyans give me that mandate, fine. Then I appoint my prime minister in advance. I say, you know what? If I win, Jeff Koinange will be my prime minister. I will stay in State House, he will go to Harambee House, so that he can switch on the lights of government in the morning and switch off in the evening, ensure that someone has locked in the chickens of government, and milk the government cows. That is the essence of a prime minister. In my scheme of things. A guy who runs the nuts and bolts every day of government. And like what we have today, because what Matiang'i has been asked to do is actually proving me, I feel vindicated.
Do you think, is that the position? He's almost like prime minister?
It is going to be prime minister. He's just a prime minister who is not having political power. That's all. Yeah, but the future prime minister will just be a Matiang'i who went around with the president asking for votes. I think it's a very good thing, and I'm supporting that move by the president.
By the way, what does this move do for Ruto right now?
Well, even if you want to see what it does for Ruto, look at my scheme of things of Super 5. Even in the future, the deputy president is a principal assistant to the president, meaning he's a standby president also. He's not the one who is expected to run the bolts and nuts every day. Today, the guy who was supposed to do that, it was not Ruto, it was Kinywa. Yeah, but now what we are saying is we need even more muscle in that position, or even more vibrance in that position. That's why Matiang'i has been asked to do that work. There is no conflict whatsoever between the coordinating role of Matiang'i and what.
So why did the president stand in? Where was he the other day? Was he in
Kitengela?
In Kitengela.
Yeah.
And he said, "Listen, you CSs.
I celebrated.
Stop this nonsense of politics."
I only take tea, so I took a lot of tea that
day. What's the other word for tea?
I popped.
Yes, a lot of tea.
Yeah.
So
I was so happy.
Yeah.
That is the president I voted for. That's what I want to see. All the people who have been accusing me of, the comments that I made in Mika, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This is what I meant. Because, I live in those streets of Gambia. And I live in the streets of the people, on the ground. I know what people are saying. And if I was the president, I would actually not just, talk to them the way you talk to them. I would slap them. I would whip them. I would whip them the way old Jomo used to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're misbehaving, you think?
No, because, honestly speaking, Jeff, most of them don't care. I have drawn a pie chart of these guys.
Yeah.
Adad, incompetent. Adad, don't care. Adad, and they don't even have a job description to understand what their job is. They're lost,
And why does he still keep them there? Because we keep hearing there's going to be a cabinet reshuffle. What's taking so long?
It's not easy to run government or to be in the position of the president, yeah? So some of these things take a lot of time and consideration. It is, when someone is a spectator in a football match, it's very easy to say you could have kicked the ball this way or that way until you are told, get into that jersey, yeah? And then you realize how difficult it is. So it's a lot of balancing act that is required to be a president. Yeah, I can tell you as a future president, it's not easy.
Moses Kuria, future president of the Republic. I can't believe this. And he's so confident.
Get used to it, Jeff. Get used to it.
Seriously?
Get used to it.
Did you?
I promise you the first interview.
Exclusive.
By the loans of the East Wing.
By the way, weren't you told to retire not too long ago or resign because you called a press conference inside Parliament on a sunny Tuesday morning and everybody thought you were going to resign?
Me resigning? That's so un-African. How can you even say that?
Nobody resigns.
Come on. How do you resign?
So you're saying you were not pressured?
No. I'm very independent. And I think people I work with, they respect me as such. Not as the president of this country, with whom we've come from far, with him. From very far.
Well, you're the MP of his backyard.
Even before I became the MP of the president, he was my friend.
Do you still talk to them?
Yes, we do talk. How do I not talk with one of my voters? What an irresponsible leader would I be?
When was the last time you spoke to the president?
Well, let's not get into the data and all that. But I do talk to my voters, most important ones.
Have you talked to him this year?
Yeah?
Have you talked to the president this year?
Of course you've talked. So what do you mean? Just like I've talked to my county commissioner and everyone. And they're called stakeholders that are important for my job.
Yes.
I know, away from that, people try to create all sorts of stories about. Well, the journey I've worked with the president is because we understand each other.
Yeah.
And remember, from the time that we were at KICC, during that fiasco, Kibaki fiasco of 2007, until today, we've walked that journey together, looking for the presidency during the dark days of the ICC, blah, blah, blah. So we are more or less like two football players who are playing attacking ball up front, but they don't even have to look at each other. But you know where the other one is when you pass the ball. That's it.
But
we have got understanding. We differ sometimes, yeah?
Yeah.
Differ with respect. Yeah. We differ with respect.
You don't have to be a sycophant.
I don't have to be a sycophant. And that talks no more, not about me, but about the man, the president. Because someone who allows you to differ is a good man.
Do you think he's very lonely these days? He has very few friends.
It is not easy not to go to circuits down the road for Namachongo with your friends on a Sunday afternoon like we used to do. So I think by nature the position comes with that. But also, I see a very genuine man who is at pains about his legacy because he means everything about it.
Yeah.
And then, when you see things not really happening the way you would want them to happen, it's normal to be lonely and to be upset.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because it looks like the Big Four is dead in the water.
It's not really dead, but I think we need to have a dose of some honesty about it. Yeah? We need to be honest about it. There's some things which I think we should have had more consultation about the Big Four. I know it's the president's legacy, yes, but let me say something like something I have put in the social media which became very controversial about the houses. I didn't comment about it. I just put some months, and that's what that's what I was taught at the university, and I passed. 42 months is what is remaining to do 500,000 houses.
That's 3.5 years.
43.5 years. So it means every 4 minutes we're supposed to build a house. So when we finish this show, we need how long is the show?
An hour. Let's say an hour.
An hour, 60 minutes.
Yes.
So that's 15 houses will be waiting for us here.
In that 1 hour.
In that 1 hour, 16 houses an hour. So the foundation was done when I came to the studio. Yeah.
Right now they're doing.
Right now the painting and finishing. I'm telling you, they're just waiting for you to choose your drippings and.
Which, Mheshimiwa, it's not.
That's mathematics.
It's not rocket science, correct?
That's mathematics. Just do some maths.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting that by now. I think the PS for housing. And I'm saying this, I am the vice chair of the committee of parliament that oversees housing. Yeah?
Yeah.
So whatever I'm asking out there is something when we go back to parliament in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'll be calling the PS for housing and asking him
How many
to
houses
walk from there to here.
Yeah.
Take a minute to walk, or 4 minutes. Let's have 4 minutes silence. Next house. He'll be answering me that question. Because it's my duty to.
Yes.
This is not just the president.
Yes.
The president just gives us a vision.
Yeah.
I am a member of parliament, and he has entrusted me to be the vice chair of a very important committee.
And you're the oversight.
And I'm the oversight. So when I ask this question, I am helping the president.
Tell me something. Okay. 3.5 years to 2022, right?
Yeah.
If you were to advise the president on this big four, would you tell him drop one of them, drop two, concentrate on one, concentrate on this, if you want a legacy, and we're not talking about a Subaru?
By the way, let me tell you something, Jeff. All of them are achievable.
In
All
3.5
of
years.
them are achievable. Just needs people to have a private sector mentality of working. Yeah? What time did you come to work?
4 a.m.
How many people in government were up by 4 a.m.? We need to have people up in the office 4 a.m. in government. Yeah? That is what I would tell the president. Because, you work according to, work expands to fill the time allocated, So if the guys in Ministry of Housing were not at work at 4 a.m. this morning,
Yeah.
how do you expect us to get 500? It's just the work ethic and the way of management,
Yeah.
And I'm saying this is someone who is in government, or one of the arms of government, and someone who has spent all my adult life in the private sector, working locally and internationally for major banks, and I know we were being slave-driven. We were like slaves.
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct. In a foreign country.
In a foreign country. For productivity. Yeah? That's a key word, productivity. So, let no minister or PS tell the president cannot be done. This housing thing, also our judiciary. Huh? If you look at someone who is earning, let's say, what was the minimum wage? Let's say it's 10,000. For argument's sake, 10,000.
Okay.
Let's say you are a soldier or askari, 10,000. Yeah. What is 1.5% of 10,000?
1% is 1, so 1.5. 1,500. Oh, 150.
150. That's what you're fighting about.
150.
150. That is even reclaimable in the future by the guy. What other opportunity does this watchman, this security guy at KK Security, have of ever owning a house? Never. Zero. See, people go to court because you don't want somebody to pay 150 shillings. You put that whole thing to, because I was as Kenyans. So I would, what, if I was a president, in the wake of the court, I would just go to Maraga. Yeah, the same way he told him about those bloggers at Bomas of Kenya. Tell him, you guys have decided you don't want Kenya to do housing. I said, yeah, I, Uhuru Kenyatta, and I, David Kenana Maraga, we declare housing over. Yeah, we face people. Because if the courts have decided that way, let Maraga be the one to come and make that announcement. As judicially we have decided we don't want housing. Then tell Uhuru, okay, we understand, you had good intentions, but too bad.
Yeah.
Judiciary says no. So we don't keep marinating our problems. Yeah? Waiting for for them to be cooked at another day.
Tell me something, Mheshimiwa.
Yeah.
What is it about people and this president? Because, you know, his intentions are great.
Yeah.
His heart is in the right place.
And he's a good guy.
And they keep letting him down.
Absolutely.
What is it? What is it? They never did this to Kibaki. Kibaki hardly spoke, but people ran around like little girls, you know, in a high school. They were running around.
I agree. That's a $6 million question. I don't want to offer an answer. I just want to agree with you. That maybe it is the wrong choices of people. Maybe. I mean, I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kibaki had knuckled guys. Yeah. Mudauras of this one.
Yeah.
You know,
No nonsense.
No nonsense, you know. Show me one Mudaura in this government. Show me one.
Kimemia.
Huh? Kimemia. Yeah? And you know, I was serving in that government also. It's not even being a member of parliament.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes, most of the time, not even for pay. But I was just feeling, yeah, we are pushing this gurudum. Yeah?
Yeah.
So there's something we need to do in this current government to inspire people.
Is it too late?
No, it's not too late. It is too late if we keep quiet. It is too late if we criminalize dissent. Yeah? It is too late when you think that when Moses Clare speaks something, he's attacking the government.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We shouldn't be afraid.
You shouldn't be afraid.
To
You should use it. And you know what, Jeff, today I'm going to write to the Speaker of the National Assembly, Mr. Muturi. You know the committee that has been appointed by, the Matiang'i
Yes,
team
yes.
need an anchor from the political wing. Otherwise it will not work.
Oh,
The parliament.
Okay.
Yeah, because we need to pass some legislation. Some of it is because of legislation. We need to provide some political cover. Because you know these guys are not politicians. Don't forget that.
Correct.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And we are facing the judiciary as well. So we need to do a bit. We can't also keep, you know, I'm not used to just criticizing. It's not my, I'm not used to playing from that corner. So I am going to be recommending a bipartisan committee of 27 people. Yeah?
27.
27 MPs, yeah? Bipartisan. All corners of this country will be represented. To support Matiang'i. Whatever Matiang'i is doing there with his committee, we are the oversight guys. So what are we doing to make things work? Yeah? Or we just there to criticize on radio and on TV and all and podium? So this committee, which I propose to chair, yeah, we will have everyone. Duale will be there, John Badi and Junet and all these guys. And what we will do is that we will be coordinating among the committees in parliament, the same way Matiang'i is coordinating ministries. Because the whole problem of this country is disjointed management. And that's what the president was trying to cure. So I will be curing the same from parliament if my motion passes. And I'm sure it is going to pass. So that, you know, you see what happened in parliament now. Even a CS can come 4 times to parliament on one day. 2 times in the Senate, 2 times in the National Assembly. What time is it going to work?
Waste of time.
Yeah? For answering about a guy who was injured in a construction site. So CS Mashari has to come to parliament to answer that question, you know? Are we being serious? You know? So we also need to do some introspection among us as members of parliament, and I hope that my other colleagues will see the sense of this. And you know, now we have a committee called Liaison Committee, but it's all Jubilee. And in this era of the handshake, we need to have everyone in there. So as you say, look here guys, let's go and work with Matiang'i, help to hammer these guys, the CSs. Yeah, so that you can have even from grassroots, from counties, from constituencies, we are the people who say, yes, Ibarabara, nothing is happening. Because now when I say and I'm alone, I'm being seen like I'm the problem.
Yeah,
I didn't create the problem. I'm just echoing what I'm hearing from the ground. And that's the problem. So I want us to act together. As government, as executive, and as parliament. And I still do hope. I still do hope one day, within our lifetime, we'll be able to have even a tripartite arrangement whereby we have a framework of cooperation between parliament, executive, and even judiciary.
That'll never happen.
Because judiciary will not, they are not aliens. No. They don't live in the moon.
Mheshimiwa. Alex Chikis Wanjoy says Moses Kuria is currently going to gain popularity so as to deputize WSR William Samoei Ruto. I predict a Ruto Kuria 2022 winning collabo.
Malao ndogo ndogo tuache.
James J. Motu says, just loving this guy, Moses Kuria, making great points. Moses King Ngetich says, Jeff, say hi to my namesake Moses Kuria. You deserve the presidency seat in 2022, Moshimiwa.
Thank you, sir.
I will support you straight to the ballot.
Thanks.
Tell me something, can you beat William Samoei Ruto hands down? If it was you versus him, could you beat him?
On a straight contest?
Yes.
Well, who goes to elections to lose? Yes, I'll be going in that contest to win.
There's a guy called Bernie Sanders in America. He knew he wasn't going to win.
Bernie Sanders?
Yes.
Against Clinton?
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Nobody. I don't think Bernie. I think everyone goes to an election to win. Yeah. And if I was to go on an election against William, it would be clearly to defeat him. But I would still accommodate him in my cabinet.
Because he's a hard worker.
Because he's a hard worker.
Yes. Someone else, okay, who's asking? They say Moses Kuria should first run for governor of Kiambu before the presidency. You can't begin a car in gear 3.
Uhuru was governor for where?
Kiambu.
Uhuru Kenyatta.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Uhuru Kenyatta, he was governor for where?
No, it wasn't.
Ruto is governor for where? Huh? This can be of getting me back to village jobs.
You call governors just village jobs?
It's a villager's job. It's a job you do because you have no option. Merudi Shago. Merudi Ocha. That's all, you know.
Whoa. Okay, do you always have this intention of running for president? Was it always in you?
Oh yes. Actually, I was planning this some years back. Yeah. This is a moment. This is a time.
If you were to run, or rather,
Kenya has been gripped by a Moses Kuria moment.
Who would be your running mate?
I'll have to scout around. Yeah, it's not a decision we will make that easily. I have some preferences. Yeah, I would, for example, be happy to have someone like Kivutha as my running mate. Even William Ruto. Even Baba Man, you are listening to.
You would ask Baba to be your running mate?
That's what kazi. Tushinde hiki tusambili.
Or even William Ruto?
Oh, William Ruto, yes, why not?
You would ask him?
Yeah. You know he's older than me by only 5 years. So you know the Obama Biden thing. The Obama will be Biden.
Any woman out there?
Still, but then why are we only looking at people who are in politics? Why I want some time to go out there? There's a lot of doctors, engineers, people who I always meet and they are boiling with ideas about how we can be able to move this country forward. So I think 3.5 years, if we are going to build 500,000 houses, I also have found my running mate.
Does anything ever faze Moses Kuria? Honestly, does anything ever faze you?
What do you mean?
Did you ever, does anything ever rattle your cage?
Yeah, but I live a very simple life. When you live a simple life, you don't get a lot of shocks. I'm that guy who works today as a member of parliament, as a potential president. The same way I was working at Standard Chartered Bank. Work for a full day and then, go some few drinks with some friends and go home to your children and spend time with them and, so just be easy.
And drink lots of tea.
Lots of tea.
And speak fluent Arabic. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, they don't.
That you speak fluent Arabic.
They don't, but it's one of the things I'm very proud of. I wish I could speak the Ru, honestly speaking. Yeah, the Ru is one language I would have wanted, but...
Why the Ru?
I'm fascinated by the Ru, the language, the passion in it, the energy, I'm fascinated.
Do you ever go to Gor Mahia games?
Now I'm the sponsor, I'm the patron of Mount Kenya United.
Oh.
So I did a letter and I published it on Facebook some few months ago, and I bid fair to Gor Mahia. There are moments when I can't even hide the Gor Mahia in me, like now when we beat Zamalek 4-0, and I remember how we have suffered.
Yeah. 4-2.
4-2.
Yes.
How we have suffered at the hands of Zamalek.
Yes.
Yeah.
In other years.
When I remember in 1987, in Khartoum, when they was fighting, and you know, the Abbas Khamis Magongo boxing someone, you know,
Yeah.
and I think we're just beating them like, you know, you see, when we talk about the children of these days, they don't know how from where we got our independence and freedom. In the same way I feel about us Gormaya beating Zamalek, and people think it's normal.
Correct.
Yeah, and we were beaten every step of the way in the past.
I'm gonna talk
But
about-
you know, they still a Gormaya in me.
I like that.
Yeah.
Amos CY says, I love the thinking of Moses Kuria. Simplistic, but very sensible.
Do you
Gomukiari.
know that announcement, that advert for Philips? It's still my best advert.
Which one?
Philips, you know Philips,
The battery. Oh.
the bulb company.
Yes, the bulb.
You see, sense and simplicity.
Sense and
And
simplicity.
that's also my guiding factor.
Okay. Joy Mai says, and my vote would definitely go to you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, 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 hey.
Unajua hiyo debe inajaa bado.
Nakwambia.
By the time we finish this show, we have houses and votes.
But you'll have houses?
And votes.
By the way, how many houses should have been built by now?
Oh, by now I think somewhere in the region of 12 houses. Waiting for you.
If you were to give the president some advice, because you know he listens to us once in a while,
Yeah.
if you were to give him advice, a straight Moses Kuria type of advice, what would it be?
Wacha huruma. He's so akona huruma mingi sana. He's just too understanding and sympathetic to people. Huh?
Yeah.
Until he calls someone into that, he needs to have a special room in State House. And first of all, take on people physically, box them.
Our chape.
Chape kabisa. They are letting him down. They are letting him down. They don't feel the sense of urgency. For them, it's just a normal job. It's an 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They don't feel the sense of urgency. And why am I saying this? Because some of the things, Jeff, if we had more time and get into details, are things which we can have a cup of coffee and solve them. You know, on Saturday I was with I went for Dennis Itumbe's brother's ratio in Embu, and before that I toured Kirinyaga. And there's this one road in Kirinyaga which the president was there to launch. I was there that time. William Ruto was there, and that is 2016. Today, 2019, a 29 kilometers road, 7 kilometers only has been done.
In 3 years.
In 3 years, 7 kilometers. Sure. Even if you get Beatles, not a construction company, they would have done a better job.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
And people are getting paid, right?
People are getting paid, and penalties are being, accumulated.
Correct.
Surely, so that's not lack of money. So I can't blame the president, because the president has allocated money. So what does that see as? Who gets reports like that every day? Because I keep raising it every time. 2 weeks ago, I had another fight. I had to go to the Rakaniri County in a place called Kuria, which road we were there to launch with the deputy president in Raila. So luckily, because of my noise, it has started. There is a road here in Kidongoli going to a place called Kagu and Kimen. So now, only after this noise, this French-funded project has been in negotiation. Because I remember it is joined with one road which is in my constituency. And which, when the president was MP for Katundu South, I was representing him in that particular project. And we started negotiating for that road in the year 2009.
10 years ago.
10 years.
And?
Just this week, the contractor is now on the ground. What can justify that, surely? We've got 2 dams in Kieni constituency. A dam called Karimeno Dam, and that's a very dry, arid place, Water is a huge problem, food is a problem, but very arable. So there's Karimeno Dam and Narumoro Dam in Kieni constituency. These projects were mooted in 2008. The then Deputy Prime Minister Uhuru Kenyatta went there. I was with him in his chopper, and we announced that project, and we left it to the bureaucracy to work. Bureaucracy has not delivered since 2008, and the project has not started. How do I face the people of Kieni? Who look at me and tell me, you came here with the current president and you told us 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So can you blame me? Can you blame the president? Because we did our thing. Yeah. So really, that's what I support the president. I love the president I saw in Kitengela. The president who told ministers and PSs, I've got a lot of young Kenyans who can take up this job.
And they're ready to.
Yeah.
So if
you know what, if you know the kind of quality talent that we have in this country, of professionals, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I would, even if I would get all of them to be lawyers because of merit, let's go that way. Kenya, let's stop this thing of tribal balance. Let's get people by merit. Look at what's happening at the University of Nairobi. CS Amina did some memo, I'm private to it, justifying why she made some appointments there, which is creating some furor. And this one is because, no one from Marsabit County has ever been in a national position. For crying out loud, this is a university. It's supposed to be the citadel of merit.
Correct.
Yeah? Oh, I have to give this one because balancing, there's a rule there and for national universities. Then you ask yourself, if we are doing this for universities, I come from that era whereby every VC was like a Gormaya lineup.
Yeah, correct. And
But
we
every
never
VC,
complained.
nobody complained.
Yeah.
Nobody complained. If we missed our favorite lecturers like Caspar Ondegi and people who are it was big news.
Yeah.
But today we want to do a lot of balance. For heavens, you don't care who is the lecturer of your children as long as they are coming. Do you want just a tribesman, just for you to feel that your tribesman is at the helm, and then we spoil the quality of education?
Exactly.
So the same concept really in parliament, and in government, If I was, when I become president, I would not care where the CSs come from, as long as they are competent.
It's meritocracy.
Meritocracy, yes, number one. Yeah? Yeah, we cannot keep on having this naive, narrow-minded way of looking at things just to have national balance. Why can't you balance all the drivers? And all the, all the cooks, for example, and all the, balance from those levels. Yeah, let's have tribal balance and national outlook on those. But when we come to very sensitive positions, that's what we are paying for. Just to have some CS from this region, yeah?
Yeah.
You just go and get anything as long as it's speaking that language.
By the way, your same governor from Kiambu also told me on the bench last week that same road to Kimende was coming soon.
Yeah, they are there now on the ground. I have verified. I have talked to the member of parliament.
Yeah.
I have talked to the contractor, by the way. Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It's happening now. They're on the ground.
10 years, much more, 10 years.
It's a shame. But you know what? Going forward is not business as usual. And I've told CS for road, if a contractor is not performing, we will summon not you, but the contractor to explain. Because umeshindwa kazi yako, let us help you. Yeah, tukusaidie. That 9 out of 27 kilometers of Kilimanjaro. Why should I go that contractor to parliament?
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
But also our people need to stop bidding for work that they can't do. And when we give to Chinese, they start complaining.
Yeah.
When we give them jobs, they do the 9 kilometers. But also at the same time, and this is my challenge to the ministry and to government as a whole, we need to create an enabling environment which makes the contractor successful. Because right now, if you do government work, you are a financier to government. You are the biggest lender to government.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing a bill when we come back called the Prompt Payment Bill to obligate every government department to pay contractors monthly.
Oh, it's instead of what, every 90 days?
Oh, 90 days?
90
90 days there will be a commission of inquiry to find out why were you paid in such a short time. 1 year, guys are waiting for years and they have got bank loans. County governments. I wish you could have asked Tito how many of Kabogo era contractors has he paid? Because they share of them.
Correct.
And is that their own?
They started their own new one, fresh.
It's
ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. It is. That guy has a family. That guy has mortgaged himself to the head. Yeah. So under the bill I'm bringing, every month, like it happens in the US, you need to have a payment, and that also will force us to live within our means.
And once again, you wouldn't run for governor of Kiambu?
No. I rate myself much higher than that. No, seriously. Why would I compete with the types of Titos, God will not forgive me. Tell me, why did I give you all those talents?
Yeah.
And you can't waste them in the village.
Moses, Kuria, I tell you, man, it's one thing, you just speak from the heart. You don't lie.
Why would you lie?
You call a spade a spade.
Yeah. Just be. Just be.
Yeah.
Just be. And you know, there's no difference between my job and your job, Jeff. Yeah.
It's
That's
just...
why you have to maua mingi na a lot of kizungu complication. I am just, you know, you speak to more people than I do. Yeah, every day. Yeah. So why should I come with my ass try to look good and everything?
Right.
What's the difference between my job and your job? Just a different job description.
What you see is what you get.
And paycheck.
And pay. Got to the South Member of Parliament Moses Kuria on the hot seat, waxing lyrical. Listen, Washmiwa, I'd like to invite you and Murade on the bench one of these days.
No problem. I'm ready to discuss. But I don't see anything meaningful to discuss with Murade. I do not see. I don't see. But anyway, I don't know what value you would want to add to Kenyans by that kind of an interview. Why don't you invite me and Nyomo?
Oh, okay.
Nyomo.
That's a good one.
Yeah. We discuss policy. We discuss economy. By the way, I've just enrolled. I'm going back to university in May. The University of Nairobi, my alma mater.
To study what?
To study economics and public finance. Why? At master's level. Why? Because I am seeing things so clearly, and nobody is seeing. Maybe I'm crazy. So I want to go and ask lecturers whether it's me who is crazy. Or because some of these things are obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. So you want
the economics I studied at undergrad level, is what I'm applying to argue out things, and people can't just get what I'm saying. You know, like this bill on interest rates, you know, from your own member of parliament, you know, Jude Jomo. You know, you see now, nobody is borrowing. Nobody. Banks are not lending to SMEs.
Correct.
And they are lending all the money to Rotich. And Rotich has got a gluttonous stomach, taking all everything, every loan he gets his way, just, you know, picking it up. So if you are a bank and you can lend to government at 12.8% without a security and without a collateral, without a credit committee, without appraisal, it's just a book entry at central bank. Yeah? And here you tell that guy to lend to me at 13%. Logically, it's a bank, why would you take your money? So the banks are not having any problem. That's why they are reporting billions and billions all the time. Because they lend to government, which is all too late to pick it up. So when I'm coming with this kind of bill, Jules Jomo comes with the emotionalism, you know, the sentimentalism. Oh, you guys, you are just, you know, falling to the trap of the banks. You are giving this, but and you know, I'm not even removing the cap. I'm giving some negotiation space. I'm speaking as an economist. I'm speaking as someone who has been trained in matters finance. I'm speaking as a banker of many years, internationally. Yeah. So I'm saying maybe the right economics that works in this country is that kind of mediocre Jules Jomo thinking. But I'm not sure, so I'm going for 2 years to ask my lecturers.
So back to university and running for president in 2022.
And hopefully PhD by that time. Another
PhD?
Yeah, PhD in economics maybe by 2022.
But you'll be competing with the other PhD. This is what we call
candid interviews with decision makers. And Professor Hamo every day, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on Hot 96.